A journey through North America's most haunted beaches welcome wanderers of the eerie and seekers of the supernatural to a chilling exploration of North America's most haunted beaches. If you've ever felt an inexplicable chill run down your spine while walking along the shoreline or heard whispers carried by the ocean breeze that seem to come from nowhere, you're not alone. Beneath the serene beauty of sun-drenched sands and shimmering waves lies a darker history, one steeped in tragedy, loss, and restless spirits. These beaches are more than just picturesque escapes. They are portals to another realm, where the past refuses to remain buried beneath the tides. In this video, we'll delve deep into the haunted legends and ghostly tales that have made these coastal havens infamous. From phantom ships that drift silently in the moonlight to shadowy figures wandering the dunes, each beach on our list holds its own unique story of horror and mystery. Whether it's the echoes of ancient battles, the lingering cries of shipwreck victims, or the vengeful spirits of those who met untimely ends, these shores are alive with spectral energy. So, grab your flashlight, dim the lights, and prepare to uncover the sinister secrets hidden beneath the tranquil surface of North America's most haunted beaches. Together, we'll walk the fine line between the living and the dead, where every grain of sand may hold a story waiting to be unearthed, and where the ocean itself seems to whisper warnings to those who dare to listen. Whispers of the Atlantic. The ghosts of Cape Hatteras nestled along the outer banks of North Carolina. Cape Hatteras is as notorious for its treacherous waters as it is for its haunting legends. Known as the graveyard of the Atlantic, this stretch of coastline has claimed countless ships over the centuries, earning a reputation as one of the most dangerous maritime regions in the world. But it's not just the jagged shoals and unpredictable currents that make Cape Hatteras so foreboding. It's the stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena that linger in the salty air. One of the most chilling tales tied to Cape Hatteras revolves around the Carol A. Deering, a 5-masted schooner that ran aground in 1921 under mysterious circumstances. When rescuers reached the vessel, they found it abandoned, with no sign of its crew. To this day, the fate of the sailors remains unknown, but many believe their spirits still haunt the waters near the cape. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures pacing the decks of phantom ships sailing eerily close to shore, their silhouettes illuminated only by the glow of the iconic lighthouse. The lighthouse itself, standing tall against the backdrop of crashing waves, is said to be a hot spot for paranormal activity. Locals claim to hear disembodied voices echoing through the structure at night, while others have captured photographs of shadowy forms lurking near its base. Some even swear they've seen the apparition of a long-dead lighthouse keeper, eternally tending to his post despite the passage of time. Adding to the lore is the legend of the Lady in White, a spectral figure often spotted wandering the dunes near the beach. According to folklore, she was a young bride waiting for her sailor husband to return from sea, only to perish herself when his ship never arrived. Her sorrowful presence is said to manifest during stormy nights, her translucent form drifting aimlessly as if searching for answers, or closure, that will forever elude her. Cape Hatteras isn't just a destination for thrill-seekers and history buffs. It's a place where the boundary between life and death feels razor thin. As the waves crash against the shore, they seem to carry with them the weight of countless tragedies, and perhaps, the restless souls who refuse to let go. Echoes of war and tragedy. The haunting of Point Pleasant Beach. Point Pleasant Beach, located along the Jersey Shore in New Jersey, is a striking contrast of idyllic charm and dark history. While its sandy shores and bustling boardwalk attract thousands of visitors each summer, beneath its cheerful veneer lies a tapestry of tragic events that have left an indelible mark on the area. It's here that the past and present collide, giving rise to eerie encounters and unsettling tales that continue to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore its haunted depths. One of the most spine-chilling stories associated with Point Pleasant Beach involves the infamous SS Morro Castle disaster of 1934. This luxury cruise liner caught fire off the coast, resulting in the deaths of 137 passengers and crew members. The tragedy occurred just a few miles offshore, and the sight of burning debris washing up on the beach became a grim reality for locals. Survivors recount harrowing tales of jumping into the icy waters, clinging to life amidst chaos. Since then, numerous sightings have been reported of ghostly figures emerging from the surf, believed to be the spirits of those who perished in the disaster. Witnesses describe these apparitions as shadowy forms, often clad in period clothing, wandering aimlessly along the shoreline as if seeking solace or rescue. Another layer of haunting stems from the Revolutionary War era, where Point Pleasant Beach played a strategic role due to its proximity to key battle sites. Historical accounts speak of skirmishes and ambushes that took place in the dense woods surrounding the beach. Today, visitors report hearing distant echoes of cannon fire and musket shots, particularly on quiet evenings when the modern world fades away. These auditory phenomena are accompanied by sightings of soldiers in colonial uniforms, marching in formation or disappearing into thin air. Local historians suggest these manifestations could be residual hauntings, ghostly reenactments of battles fought centuries ago, replayed endlessly in the fabric of time. Adding to the macabre allure is the legend of the Lady in Black, a spectral figure often seen near the old pavilion at the end of the boardwalk. According to local lore, she was a performer who met a tragic end during a storm. Her body never recovered. Her mournful presence is most frequently observed during thunderstorms, her ethereal silhouette gliding silently across the rain-soaked planks. Those brave enough to approach claim to feel a sudden drop in temperature and an overwhelming sense of sadness, as though her grief transcends the veil between worlds. These tales of war, disaster, and loss weave together to create a haunting narrative that permeates every corner of Point Pleasant Beach. Whether it's the ghostly survivors of the SS Morro Castle, the echoes of revolutionary soldiers, or the sorrowful Lady in Black, the spirits of the past refuse to be forgotten. For those who visit, the beach offers more than just sun and surf. It serves as a portal to another realm, where history and horror intertwine in an eternal dance of remembrance and unrest. The enchanted sands of Pismo Beach, nestled along the central coast of California, is renowned for its breathtaking vistas and tranquil atmosphere. Yet, beneath its serene facade lies a tapestry of eerie legends that paint it as one of the most haunted beaches in North America. Among these, the story of the Wailing Woman stands out, casting a spectral shadow over the otherwise peaceful sands. According to local lore, the Wailing Woman is the spirit of a young mother who tragically lost her child to the unforgiving waves of Pismo Beach. Overcome with grief, she is said to roam the shoreline at dusk, her mournful cries blending with the sound of the crashing waves. Many visitors and residents have reported hearing her desperate wails, a haunting melody that sends shivers down the spine. Some have even claimed to see her ghostly figure, draped in a flowing white gown, pacing back and forth near the water's edge, her eyes filled with inconsolable sorrow. Adding to the supernatural tapestry of Pismo Beach are the persistent reports of ghostly footprints that mysteriously appear on the sand. These footprints, often noticed early in the morning before any visitors have arrived, seem to lead from the ocean straight towards the cliffs. Despite thorough investigations, no logical explanation has surfaced for this phenomenon. Locals whisper that these prints belong to the spirits of sailors lost at sea, their final journey bringing them back to the shore where they once sought refuge. The most chilling aspect of Pismo Beach's haunted reputation, however, might be the eerie disappearance of several individuals over the decades. Each case is surrounded by an aura of mystery, with witnesses claiming to have seen shadowy figures leading the victims into the foggy embrace of the sea before vanishing without a trace. These disappearances, coupled with the tales of the Wailing Woman and the ghostly footprints, contribute to a pervasive sense of unease that lingers in the air, transforming Pismo Beach into a hauntingly beautiful yet deeply unsettling locale. Thus, Pismo Beach, with its stunning natural beauty, harbors secrets that are as captivating as they are terrifying. Its legends serve as a stark reminder of the thin veil between the world of the living and the mysteries that lie beyond, making it a compelling chapter in the annals of North America's most haunted beaches. Spirits of the Forgotten. The haunting of Shipwreck Beach on the rugged northern coast of Prince Edward Island lies Shipwreck Beach, a place where the relentless Atlantic Ocean has claimed countless vessels over the centuries. Known locally as the Graveyard of the Gulf, this desolate stretch of shoreline is not only a testament to the power of nature but also a haunting reminder of human fragility. The cold, iron-gray waters seem to echo with the cries of those who perished, their spirits said to wander the windswept dunes and rocky shores in perpetual unrest. One of the most enduring legends tied to Shipwreck Beach is that of Captain Elias Grayson, a fearless mariner whose name became synonymous with tragedy. In the winter of 1847, Grayson's merchant vessel, the Sea Lion, was caught in a violent nor'easter while attempting to navigate the treacherous waters near the beach. Despite his crew's valiant efforts to steer the ship to safety, the Sea Lion struck a jagged reef and sank within minutes, taking all hands aboard to a watery grave. Locals claim that on stormy nights, the ghostly outline of the Sea Lion can still be seen struggling against the waves, its sails tattered and its hull groaning under the weight of the sea. Even more unsettling are the accounts of a lone figure standing on the deck, an apparition believed to be Captain Grayson himself, forever reliving the moment of his demise. The haunting doesn't end with the doomed captain. Shipwreck Beach is also home to the chilling tale of the lost children of the dunes. According to folklore, a family of settlers attempted to cross the island in the late 1700s, seeking refuge from harsh winters. Tragically, their wagon overturned near the beach, and 2 young siblings were swept away by the tide before their parents could save them. To this day, visitors report hearing faint laughter and the sound of tiny footsteps running across the sand, especially at twilight. Some have even claimed to see shadowy figures of children playing near the dunes, their forms dissolving into mist when approached. Adding to the eerie atmosphere is the phenomenon known as the whispering waves. Unlike the soothing rhythm of the ocean elsewhere, the waves at Shipwreck Beach seem to carry an almost intelligible murmur, as if the water itself is trying to communicate. Fishermen and locals alike swear they've heard names called out by the tide, names of those who perished in the many shipwrecks that littered the seabed. Others describe feeling an inexplicable tug toward the water, as though unseen hands are pulling them closer to the abyss. Perhaps the most spine-chilling encounter comes from a group of campers who spent the night near the beach in the 1980s. They recounted waking in the dead of night to find themselves surrounded by ghostly figures dressed in tattered, salt-stained garments. The apparitions moved silently, their hollow eyes fixed on the horizon as if searching for something, or someone, they had lost. The campers fled in terror, leaving behind their belongings, which were later found scattered across the sand, as though tossed by unseen hands. Shipwreck Beach stands as a somber monument to the countless lives lost to its unforgiving waters. Its legends serve as both a warning and a tribute, reminding us of the fragile boundary between life and death, and the spirits that linger when that boundary is crossed. The phantom light of Moonlight Beach nestled along the southern coast of California. Moonlight Beach in Encinitas is a picturesque haven by day, with its golden sands and rolling waves drawing families and surfers alike. However, as the sun dips below the horizon and the moon casts its silvery glow over the shoreline, the beach transforms into a realm of spectral mystery. At the heart of its haunting reputation lies the enigmatic, phantom light, a ghostly luminescence that has puzzled and terrified locals for generations. The first recorded sighting of the light dates back to the early 1900s, when fishermen spoke of an otherworldly glow emanating from the water near the shore. Described as a flickering, blue-green radiance, the light appears sporadically, often during calm nights when the ocean seems eerily still. Some claim it resembles the faint glow of bioluminescent plankton, but attempts to explain it scientifically have consistently fallen short. What makes the phenomenon truly unsettling is its erratic behavior. It moves unpredictably, sometimes darting along the waves like a restless spirit, other times hovering motionless as if watching those who dare to approach. Local legends attribute the phantom light to the tragic love story of Maria and Thomas, 2 star-crossed lovers from the late 19th century. According to the tale, Maria was the daughter of a wealthy landowner who forbade her from seeing Thomas, a humble fisherman. Defying her father's wishes, the couple would meet secretly on Moonlight Beach under the cover of darkness. One fateful night, a violent storm swept in unexpectedly, and Thomas's small boat capsized as he attempted to reach the shore. Maria, witnessing the tragedy from the cliffs above, was overcome with grief and leapt into the sea to join him. Their bodies were never recovered, but it is said that their undying love manifests in the form of the phantom light, guiding lost souls back to the shore just as they sought to reunite in life. Beyond the romantic lore, there are darker accounts tied to the light. Some fishermen and surfers have reported feeling an oppressive weight in the air when the glow appears, accompanied by an inexplicable sense of dread. Others claim to have seen shadowy figures emerging from the water, their outlines illuminated by the eerie radiance. One particularly chilling incident involved a group of teenagers who ventured too close to the light during a midnight bonfire. They described hearing whispered voices carried by the wind, urging them to step into the water. Terrified, they fled the beach, only to discover the next morning that their footprints had been erased, as though the sand itself sought to erase evidence of their intrusion. The phantom light continues to captivate and unsettle those who encounter it, serving as a reminder that Moonlight Beach harbors secrets far older and deeper than its tranquil facade suggests. Whether born of love, loss, or something more sinister, the luminous specter ensures that the beach remains a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs under the watchful gaze of the moon, chills beneath the tides. The haunting of Cannon Beach, nestled along Oregon's rugged coastline, Cannon Beach is a place of stark beauty, where towering monoliths like Haystack Rock rise dramatically against the horizon. Yet, for all its natural splendor, this stretch of shoreline carries an undercurrent of unease, a legacy of eerie disappearances and spectral encounters that have earned it a reputation as one of the most haunted beaches in North America. Beneath the rhythmic crash of the waves lies a labyrinth of secrets, where the past refuses to rest and the ocean itself seems to harbor malevolent forces. One of the most perplexing and chilling tales tied to Cannon Beach involves a series of unexplained vanishings that have occurred over the decades. In the 1960s, a young couple named Sarah and Daniel vanished without a trace after spending an evening strolling along the shore. Witnesses recall seeing them laughing and holding hands as they walked toward the base of Haystack Rock, but neither returned. Search parties scoured the area for days, finding only their abandoned picnic blanket and a single shoe half buried in the sand. Adding to the mystery was the discovery of strange symbols carved into the rock face nearby, symbols that bore no resemblance to any known language or culture. Some locals whispered that the markings were a warning, left by entities unseen, while others speculated they were part of an ancient curse tied to the land. The disappearances didn't end there. In the 1980s, a group of college students camping near the beach reported hearing strange, guttural noises emanating from the ocean late at night. Ignoring the warnings of older townsfolk, they ventured toward the water to investigate. Only 2 of the 5 students returned, their faces pale with terror and their minds fractured by what they had witnessed. They spoke of shadowy figures rising from the waves, their forms shifting and contorting unnaturally as they advanced. The survivors claimed the figures whispered in voices that seemed to resonate directly within their skulls, compelling them to step closer to the water. Though the authorities dismissed their account as a hallucination brought on by fear, the missing students were never found, and the area where they disappeared remains eerily silent to this day. Adding to the haunting lore is the recurring appearance of ghostly figures near Ecola Creek, which empties into the ocean just north of Cannon Beach. Fishermen and hikers alike have reported seeing translucent individuals standing waist-deep in the creek, their hollow eyes staring vacantly into the distance. Attempts to approach these apparitions result in their sudden disappearance, leaving behind only ripples in the water and an oppressive sense of dread. Local Native American tribes, whose ancestors once inhabited the region, speak of the creek as a gateway between worlds, a place where restless spirits gather before crossing into the afterlife. They warn outsiders to tread carefully, lest they disturb the delicate balance that keeps these entities at bay. Perhaps the most spine-chilling encounter occurred in 2003, when a photographer captured an image of a humanoid figure standing atop Haystack Rock during a violent storm. The photo, taken at dusk, shows the silhouette of a gaunt, elongated being gazing out to sea, its arms raised skyward as if in supplication or summoning. Experts analyzed the image, but could find no evidence of tampering, leaving many to wonder if the figure was a manifestation of something otherworldly. The photographer himself vanished shortly after sharing the image online, fueling speculation that he had inadvertently drawn the attention of whatever force resides within the rock. Cannon Beach stands as a paradox, a place of breathtaking beauty and profound terror, where the ocean's majesty conceals an abyss of unanswered questions. Its haunted history serves as a stark reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved, and that the tides may carry more than just sand and seaweed. they may also carry the echoes of those who were never meant to leave. Reflecting on the shadows of haunted shores as we draw this journey to a close, it becomes clear that the haunted beaches of North America are more than mere locations. They are thresholds to another realm, where the boundaries between life and death blur like the mist rolling in from the sea. Each story we've explored, from the spectral ships of Cape Hatteras to the phantom light of Moonlight Beach and the chilling disappearances at Cannon Beach, reveals a shared truth. These shores bear witness to the fragility of human existence and the enduring power of memory. The ocean, vast and timeless, acts as both a grave and a storyteller, preserving the echoes of lives lost and ensuring that their stories ripple through time. What makes these beaches so hauntingly compelling is not just the tales of tragedy and loss, but the way they invite us to confront our own mortality. The ghostly figures wandering the dunes, the disembodied voices carried by the wind, and the inexplicable phenomena that defy logic all serve as reminders that the past is never truly gone. It lingers, waiting for moments of quiet reflection to reveal itself. These haunted shores challenge us to look beyond the surface beauty of sunlit sands and crashing waves, urging us to acknowledge the shadows that dwell beneath. But perhaps the most profound takeaway is the universality of these stories. Across cultures and centuries, humanity has always been drawn to the sea, seeking solace, adventure, and answers. Yet, with every wave that crashes against the shore, there is a reminder of the cost of that connection. The spirits of those who perished, whether sailors swallowed by storms, lovers torn apart by fate, or settlers lost to the wilderness, linger not out of malice, but out of longing. They seek recognition, closure, or simply a voice to tell their stories. In listening to these whispers, we honor their memories and affirm our shared humanity. As you leave this video behind and perhaps venture to one of these haunted beaches yourself, take a moment to pause and listen. Let the salty breeze brush against your skin and the sound of the waves fill your ears. Somewhere in that symphony of nature, you might catch a fleeting glimpse, or a whispered word, of the past reaching out to touch the present. And remember, the ocean holds secrets far deeper than its waters. Thank you for joining me on this chilling exploration of North America's most haunted beaches. If you enjoyed this journey into the supernatural, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own ghostly encounters in the comments below. Until next time, keep your flashlight close and your curiosity sharper, because the shadows are always watching.